Hey, did you know that the money is where the boring stuff is? That's right. The more boring, the more money you potentially can make. My name's James Becker. I am the founder and CEO of Fusion Growth Partners, and this is another episode of Going For It with James B. Okay, folks, today we're going to talk about number 6 fundamental in our business plan, and that is we believe, strongly I might add, that businesses grow consistently through repetitive routines and processes. That, again, said, is through repetitive routines and processes. Ordinary things done consistently over time create extraordinary results. Simply put, businesses are built around repetitive, repeatable, consistent routines and processes. These are needed in all stages and all aspects of the business, and without them, mediocrity is assured. The issue is that repetitive and consistent routines and processes are not exciting. They are redundant, they're tiresome, they're monotonous, or better said, they're just plain boring. And this is why the entrepreneur struggles to do them at a level that is necessary for real growth. To be clear, this is a necessary part of a healthy business, and it is required to create the desired change in an enterprise. Any significant and sustainable change, short of a divine touch, is almost always the result of simple and ordinary, repetitive, consistent routines over time. I'm going to say that again. This is so darn important. Any significant and substantial change, short of divine touch, is almost always the result of simple and ordinary, repetitive, and consistent routines over time. The simplest example of this is weightlifting. A person's body cannot transform overnight. A person cannot walk into a gym and walk out 2 hours later with noticeably larger and stronger muscles. This process takes a lot of time. However, a person who does not have a strong body can become someone of incredible strength and stamina by doing consistent and repetitive weightlifting exercises over time, slowly increasing the level of resistance, will and can absolutely transform his or her body. In business, doing ordinary things such as communicating well with your clients, building friends, making contacts, providing consistent and reliable services, measuring KPIs, accurate bookkeeping, inspecting your subordinates' work product, and many other activities done consistently over time will absolutely transform a real estate agent's business into a much more robust, healthier, and profitable version of that business. Imagine your business getting big, strong muscles. That's where we want to go, through repetitive and repeatable, consistent routines. This is the key to building an organization, because when you really understand your daily task at a super high level, you can create systems and procedures that can be taught to others quickly, and this then begins that growth of the organization. To achieve replacing yourself to earn profit, which is the goal, instead of being paid for your labor, You must build repetitive routines and processes, and then teach others how to consistently execute these routines. This is actually a very simplistic way at looking at how a small business can grow. The real estate agent or the business owner intuitively does things that helps his or her clients. If they become bored or complacent with that routine, what ends up happening is they stop doing it and the business then starts to die a little bit on a daily basis because that routine is not being done. When this is the case, they need to fire themselves from that specific process so that they can delegate it to someone else so the business can continue to grow because the routine is being done on a consistent basis. So how do you remove yourself from the drudgery, the boring of the routine? Well, to do this, you first have to study what you do from a third-party perspective and then write everything down. So kind of like watch yourself on a movie screen and say, what specifically am I doing? Every little tiny step. And then next, you write down the specific instructions for each task in great detail, not missing a single step in chronological order, even the ones that you would think is just common sense. Third, you devise a method for you to obtain reports at the appropriate intervals, daily, weekly, monthly, that ensure compliance with that process and completion of the routine. So you can make sure that it's being done and done accurately. Lastly, you hire and train someone who would be competent in following those instructions, which we call our standard operating procedure or SOPs. That's it. The money, the gold is in the boring, and you've got to build these routines and then teach other people how to do it so that you can then build more valuable routines in the future. Anyhow, Fusion can help you do all of this. This has been another episode of Going Forward with James B. I hope it's been valuable and helpful for you. Have a great day.